All she had to do was leave it alone, guys.
Hey guys. Hopefully we get some of you back in here. Sorry about that. Hey,
Yankee stacking is first. You're first on the second one, buddy. You missed out on the first one.
Whoopsies. Guys, Chad's making fun of me, saying that I gotta make this a tradition to just mess up every single live stream first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry. We're back.
April Dawson says, love your videos. Thank you, April Dawson.
Oh.
True North. You guys go check out his channel. Steve Watts, Eric Singleton, of course, Yankee Stacking. You guys go check him out. Keith Wheat, good man. Chris Clark, Bones. Hello from Ohio. Silver Fox is in the house. Jerry.
You're good at this.
I'm
so fast.
Called it Rumler.
Get it.
Rumler. If I butchered it, man, I am sorry.
I think you did a good job.
I can barely read.
43, yay, I think we got you guys all back in here. Thank you for coming along. Sorry that I messed it up. Whoa, with the thumb, Chad.
Sorry. Guys, I am sorry for Shelby's behavior, but I'm glad you all came back. Susan, you can send us an email at northcountryoffgrid@gmail.com, and we will ship that anywhere you want us to ship it, as long as it's stateside.
Yeah, what do you guys think of our new stickers? Aren't those fun? Hey, let's do another one. Can we do another giveaway for one? Do you have another question?
Ooh, no, let me think of one.
How about how many piglets were born?
What two sad topics to bring up back to back, guys.
Okay.
We lost a couple of the piglets, guys, unfortunately. Just a couple of them, though. It happens.
So not a good one. Oh, Keith got it right. Okay, Keith, send us your address.
Okay.
We'll send you one.
There you go. Keith's got a sticker, too.
We're excited to get these out there. We think that they're super fun.
Susan's guessing how many are still alive.
Oh, that was sad.
Yeah.
You gotta like come more forward.
I feel like I'm just all up. Is that good? Lean back a little bit.
Oh, no.
I didn't put the sun, my friend. That
Try
was
to
God.
position
He's
the
highlighting
card.
your attributes. Pigs in a blanket. So, go ahead. This is your show. I'm going to sit back and let Shelby lead everything tonight.
I feel like I do that every night. Well, every live stream.
Go ahead.
I want a sticker. Look, Eric wants a sticker. We've got to come up with more questions. Get thinking. Chat from the truck.
This is redneck.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
It's Vulcan 5678. It is cold here, and we usually do live streams outside by the fire, but it is so cold here, and we can't go inside the cabin because it messes up our signal. So we get inside the car.
Redneck is right. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, but...
Tessie with a T asks, how many piglets did Merlot end up having? She wound up having 12 total, guys. And this was like the span of the entire day. It was pretty crazy, but she had 12 total. The very last one was just a tiny, I mean, it was like as big as my phone. It was just tiny little runt, and it actually came out dead. So she gave birth to 11 live ones. The following morning, we lost 2. One got squished. It got down into all of the bedding, and then I think she just rolled on it, and it just couldn't get out, which is common. And then one just disappeared. We don't know. We just don't know where it went. I always go out, and we'll just sit there and count them and count them and count them. I feel like I'm OCD because I'm constantly counting, constantly counting. It's ridiculous. Came out the next day, and she had squished another one. Basically, we lost 4 that way. We lost 4. So we have 7 piglets. Big. I got one that's a chunker. He's so funny. He's just fat. Or I think it's a she, but that would be rude. We'll call him a he. He's just a little fatty.
It was super sad. I started kind of giggling in your story at a very inappropriate time because somebody
okay.
commented
I
that...
got humor like that too.
No, that's not why I was laughing. Somebody commented that he needs one of our stickers for his no trespassing sign.
Oh, who was it? You get one, bud. Who was it?
See, that was a pretty good thing to giggle about, but probably inappropriate timing.
That is totally worth it.
No
How far up?
Right there, I think. My no trespassing sign needs your sticker.
Jerry, send us an email, buddy. You got yourself a sticker, but you have to take a picture of it on your trespassing sign and email it back to me. Because that is great.
That made me
messed
laugh.
it up.
That's alright. When you make mistakes, Chad, it's okay.
Wrong.
Oink from Harrisville, West Virginia. Hey. That's so funny.
That is awesome. The piglets are doing good. Figured it out. You know, it's so crazy. They just kind of need a couple of days to realize that when mama gets up, they got to get out of the way. And then when mama lays down, then they come and they lay back down. So they learn to scatter. It's pretty funny. You know, and every day they get stronger and faster and bigger. And so they're able to, you know, if she does roll on them, they're able to sort of dig out. Yeah. Dean's in. Dean, welcome to the chat, buddy.
Dean
from Canada. Dean is a silver pourer.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Chad's been talking to me about doing that. That's super cool, I think.
You're actually not supposed to be spilling the beans on that at all.
I didn't say anything. I said that you were talking to me about pouring silver, like other people.
Lady T's in the house. Arkansas Pilgrim is back.
I think it was Susan said that she has a silly question, but does she have enough teats for 12 piglets?
Yeah. She's packing 14, so she's good. She would have done good with 12, but now they can bounce from nipple to nipple, get a little more, and I think that's probably why they're starting to get so big so quick. They got more to drink from, which is cool. And it's sad, but it's sort of a sad reality. She wound up killing basically 2 of the smallest pigs, so she killed off the runts. I'm assuming accidentally. But it's nice to not have to deal with that, because I told Shelby, I'm like, we're not dealing with runts this year. We're just going to give it the axe. I'm not doing it again. And, of course, Kinley is like, no, we got to keep them all.
We do that. Oh, that kind of helps. Lock some of that. There you go. No, get it more that way.
Which way?
The other way.
That's off. That didn't go the other way.
That was good, right where it was.
This is redneck.
It's called improvising and making the best out of situations.
I don't even know where that sun's coming from.
So if that's redneck, then I'm proud to be redneck. We're trying to set up this lighting.
I got it. There you go.
Where are you guys at? So we are in North Idaho.
If you guys don't know, there's actually... Idaho is split into 2 parts. It's basically 2 states, and if you're not from here, maybe you don't know it. But there's North Idaho, and then there's the rest of Idaho. It's kind of the way it is. People are North Idaho proud. You're from North Idaho, or you're from the rest of it.
Get it
good.
over
There's
that
nothing
little
there.
corner. I swear is like the key. You can.
That's as good as it gets.
You're doing good.
There you go.
Hey, Stony Ridge Farmer in the house.
Josh, how you feeling, buddy?
We're in the car.
Josh has welcome to the car. Josh has vertigo really bad.
Oh yeah, I hope you're feeling better.
Brought it back from England, I'm betting.
Yeah, you did. I was impressed that you could assemble what you assembled, though.
Shelby was just busting up laughing last night because everyone was telling you to stop what you were doing and screaming at you for the longest time while you were getting tools out. And she was just giggling like crazy. It was so funny. Like, what are you laughing at? And she's like, everyone's telling him to stop, and he just keeps looking for tools.
It was just funny. Somebody else asked you if you hunt besides having pigs.
What?
I don't know.
If I hunt?
Yeah.
I do hunt. I don't hunt as much as I would like. I usually wind up giving myself a building project during hunting season, and I wish I didn't. This year, I've got a big project. But I will be out hunting. I'm going to get out and hunt a lot more this year.
The year that we're having a baby.
That's
He's
right.
like, yeah, I'll be hunting. I'm going to go to Montana. I'm like, You gave me a baby. You're staying home this hunting season.
Yeah, I want to go to southern Idaho, too.
Not really, you can't go hunting, but maybe not so far away trips. Hey guys, we've got like 59 people in here and 19 thumbs up. Could you guys all hit that thumbs up for us? You make your own great meat. That is true.
Tessie with a T says hunting wabbits. I'll pretty much hunt everything. I'm not afraid of it. What does that say? Big Daddy Fat Boy Pudge says, how long have you been growing that beard? I don't know, man. I've always had a beard. I think I'm sitting on somewhere of like just over a year of not.
Yeah.
I trimmed it a little bit not too long ago just to promote some healthy growth, just like your forest. But yeah, I guess I'm boycotting Gillette.
Yeah, we went on a cruise last October and we were looking at the pictures, and it's crazy how much the kids have grown so much in just that year, and then also how much Chad's beard has grown in that year.
Just a little water once in a while, and it sprouts right up.
That's
Speaking
right.
of water and sprouting right up.
Oh, I know where you're going.
Chad looks like a Backstreet Boy with no beard. I don't know that you've ever seen me without a beard.
Yeah, that video that I did of our baby announcement. I did old pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, maybe you have. I've seen some good pictures of you, Josh. Well, my segue got butchered, but that's okay. So you, we were talking about water sprouting and growing.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, guys, is pretty exciting. We got a catalog from Baker Creek Seed Company, and so we started planning out our garden.
Yeah.
Which is great because we're like sitting in 3.5 feet of snow everywhere with pathways through it. Everything's snowed in.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting excited for the growing season.
Cold nights. Oh gosh, it's been getting down to like 4 degrees, so it's been cold. So it's been fun and exciting to start planting our garden. Chad kind of had to light a little bit of a fire underneath me yesterday because
Piney Heaven Homestead got theirs as well.
Oh, awesome. I'm excited to do a garden, but it's hard when you don't know what you're doing to begin with. So now I'm super excited. I've been in the process of doing a lot of research, and I'm starting to feel like I've got more of a direction to go in. So I'm getting super excited to plan our garden, but eventually it would be the goal to be completely self-reliant on our food. So we're a long ways from that, but the best way to get started is to get started. So getting excited about planning it and actually doing it.
Growing gardening is not easy. It's not as easy as people think. You don't just put in a seed and then put a little water on it and then in a little bit you eat what comes out. There's a lot to it. There's a learning process, and I think sometimes it's one of those things where you know it's kind of a daunting task, so you sort of try to avoid it. But you just got to jump in with anything that you do, anything that I do. I don't care that I don't know it. I will jump into it and try to figure it out. And it always seems to work out.
Yeah.
So
Chad's one of those people that's like annoyingly good at everything the first time. And I'm
babe.
super duper clumsy and not graceful and normally fall a bunch before I succeed. So
yeah.
But I'm excited with new baby coming. I really want to be doing baby's food from our garden, and feeding my kiddos good healthy food that we can grow. And I'm excited to just feel close to God by getting my hands dirty and growing my family food.
We got a question here for you. Why is it not going down? All right. What are you guys? Jonathan Cook asked, what are you guys going to plant this season? Well,
good question.
So we've kind of went through the catalog and decided what we like so far. We're definitely going to do a lot of tomatoes. We're going to do a lot of peppers because Shelby wants to do salsas.
Love salsa.
So we're going to do a lot of salsas. We're also going to do a lot of vegetables like carrots for the baby. So we've got a lot of stuff planned out that's going to be good baby food. Then we let the kids pick stuff. So we've got strawberries, a couple different strains of strawberries, different melons. We'll do corn, I think, but I think we'll struggle with corn. I don't know.
We'll still try.
We got more stuff.
I really am interested in the natural health remedies, like if you get a cold, using stuff out of your garden. So I really want to do things like my own garlic, ginger, and kind of look more into what else I need to be able to do my own kind of medicines too.
Jonathan Cook is excited to watch you garden.
Oh, thank you.
I am too.
I appreciate the support because I don't know what I'm doing, but I know that every year I do it, I'll learn more. Josh asked, are we doing honeybees?
Yes. Yes, we are going to do honeybees. Actually, we were just in North 40 a couple days ago getting some iron shots for the piglets. And I had all their bee stuff, and I was like, yeah, let's just buy it all right now. But we are sitting on a bunch of snow still, so we're going to wait. But we are going to do at least one colony?
Is that what
bee
it's called?
box? I don't know what you call them.
Yeah, I'm really excited about honey. Actually, Josh, you got me really excited about honey. Watching one of your videos where the honey was just slinging all over, it just was like, geez, that's a really cool process.
Yeah.
And honey has a lot of healing powers in it, so I'm just super excited to be having that. Yeah, salsa super yummy. I really want to do candied jalapenos. I saw somebody else saying pickled something. Pickled everything is super yummy. We're
Clever
excited.
Coins in the house.
Hey.
Owens SCI Hobby Farm in the house. Oh, okay. Josh says always start with 2 hives. I missed it. He said always start with 2 hives.
If you were here, I'd get you set up.
Oh,
Darn
thanks,
it.
bud. I appreciate it.
No licking. What are you talking about? Hi, Lila.
Well, I wish you could come help in the garden too. That would be
Idaho
great.
Hillbilly. How you doing on firewood?
Oh man, it is cold and we are going through firewood. We are going to be fine, but it is cold.
It is really cold.
And we don't normally, even when it's really cold, we don't normally keep a fire going all night. You know, we'll put a bunch of stuff in as we go to bed and we'll let it run out. We'll wake up cold and we'll make it.
I love sleeping cold.
And everyone does. We all prefer to sleep cold, but when it gets down into the negative digits,
or single digit even.
Yeah, then it's kind of like maybe we should keep a fire going all night, and so it does eat up a lot more wood.
Chad was making fun of me because one morning it was like 20 and I'm like, it's so warm out. He's like, you're so used to this crazy weather now.
That's like warm.
Which now
when you live off grid, 20 is like warm.
Yeah.
Just funny.
I'm born and raised in the area, but you don't quite realize how cold those nights are until you live off grid.
Yeah.
I think I saw my mom in here too.
I saw her. She's asking if it's live. Yes, Mom, it was
Hi,
live.
Mom!
One thing that's funny, too, I don't know if you guys... So there's a lot of things that take place to you, to your body, when you live off-grid, when you're not inside of a regular house. And when you're sleeping in really cold weather, you have extremely vivid dreams.
You do.
Which is very weird. It's like a very deep, vivid dream cycle. Little tidbit of information there for you guys.
It's really crazy. We recently stayed at a hotel for my birthday, and it's weird when you're used to living off grid, the wires affect you, and that might sound crazy, but it's true. You just are used to living in a very organic setting, and the wires can really make you feel heavy.
Clever Coin says stop doing drugs before bed. Clever Coin, don't tell me what to do. No, it's a weird thing you don't realize. Just like Shelby was saying, there's a heaviness when you go on grid or you go to people's houses for a longer period of time. You feel a heaviness that we were always used to being on grid, and then when we moved off grid, it was like this lifting. It's hard to explain. I don't know.
It is, and we probably sound crazy. Oh my goodness, Deborah
Sanders drops a 20 bomb on the chat. Thank you, Deborah.
That's so nice.
Deborah Sanders, you get a sticker.
We're giving stickers away like crazy.
You get a sticker. Deborah Sanders, send us an email at northcountryoffgrid@gmail.com, and you just bought yourself a sticker for $20. We appreciate it. We're going to send you a sticker.
We're loving our new stickers, so we're going to be excited to hand them out.
Yeah, and Shelby went crazy and went ahead and bought just 100 at one time.
Yeah.
So, she's already handing them out left and right.
Yeah, so we have a Facebook page too. So on there, I did the first 5 to comment and share and like the video or the picture. got a sticker. So
And we sent out 10 today?
Yeah, we sent out 10 instead of 5.
Hey, Monkey Spaz is in the chat. What up, bud?
If you're on Facebook, make sure you go like our page because that was fun and I think I'll do it again. I don't know what Yankee's talking about, but I think he's like in his own world.
He is in his own world. That guy owns a golden cannon. He's on an island by himself.
I love it. That's awesome. You rock, James. Thank you.
Coin and Ring Guy loves the Bigfoot sticker. I love the excitement about it.
What's Facebook?
Arkansas Pilgrim, right?
Good for you. Chad has never had a Facebook. Never, ever.
Which is funny because I have always liked my privacy. Always. I don't like people knowing my business or what's going on. And so I like the idea of Facebook to me seemed very smart for a business. But as human beings, it's like, why would you tell everyone your business? That's crazy.
And now he's on
those
YouTube.
Guys are goofballs.
Oh, but you guys have made it so fun. I love sharing our journey with you guys. I think I kind of got in a bit of a funk the other day, and we got a video sent to us about how they appreciate our videos and what kind of influence we've had on their life. And it was just so humbling and just like, oh, those kinds of moments are so worth it. And we really appreciate you guys a ton.
The best part about doing this and, being kind of worried about sharing everything with somebody, like when we sort of know, gives it validation, is when someone says, because of you guys, I have decided we're moving. Like, I'm taking my family, we're buying property, and we're going to live this kind of a lifestyle, or we're going to live out on property and do what you're doing. And to me, that is amazing. To influence someone to change their life. There have been influences in my life that have made me want to chase this dream and chase this lifestyle. Pig Food Fund, Josh with $2. Thank you, sir.
That's awesome. Thank you.
There's people in my life or things that have made me want to do this, and I'm so glad that I did at the age that I did. And I feel like it's fair to be an influence as well to others that just sort of need that push. You just kind of need that push off the edge. Go live off grid.
Well, and it's a different lifestyle that's not common. So if you can maybe see a modern day family making it work and that's inspiring to you, that's pretty darn cool. We really do appreciate it.
And I think it helps to have, fairly normal family and to see a family,
Who called us normal? Knock that off.
To see a family,
to the face.
Oh, what did you say? Monkey Spaz, thank you, sir. Shelby said something the other day so funny about, I forget. Oh, I can't. Never mind. I can't repeat it.
It's totally inappropriate.
Dude, it was so funny, though. We were watching your show and you had said it. And, I'll send you an email. It's hilarious. I just started crying.
Oh, that's horrible. We can't leave them hanging.
I'm not repeating that.
Yeah, it's really a good idea.
Sorry, guys. We're going to leave you hanging. Very funny, though. Where were we? This is your show. Why am I doing all the talking?
Oh, that made me laugh. I don't know. Just keep on talking. It's fun.
Being an influence to people with it. I think, I think we're at a place in society where so much stuff is in your face about consumption and buying things you don't need and making more money to buy more things. And from what I've seen, most people aren't happy doing that stuff. And we kind of went the complete 180 and went the... Josh leaves us a $2 super chat, says, feed the coyote fund. Okay, we're going to buy a rabbit with that $2. Dang it, Josh, I forgot what I was saying.
I was reading
Never mind. We just want to be a positive influence on people. And if watching us helps you guys go out and, build a garden or build a cabin out in the woods or live a better life or a more fulfilling life.
More family time, less TV time. Those kinds of things are all really, I think, great reminders in the world that we happen to live in.
Stony Ridge Farmer, $2 Chupacabra Food Fund.
Oh, goodness. I saw somebody ask, do we use non-GMO for our chicken feed?
We do. We have non-GMO grain, and we just feed everything with it. Except for the goats. The goats will get grass. What is the lick the coin challenge? Yankee stacking. Thank you, sir, for the $2.
He's gonna explain
$2.99 super chat. Okay, you explain it. What are you talking about, man?
I just keep on seeing him commenting
Lick
about
the
licking
coin
things.
challenge. This stuff is so funny.
That's gross.
You guys are ridiculous. That's why I hang out with you.
Susan, you're definitely an inspiration. Thank you. Thank you, Susan. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, heck yeah.
You know, it's a different life. We were talking about it, like, it's just a lot different. And I think that my main reason for being nervous about sharing our story is it is very different, and people can sometimes not understand why you'd want to do something like that. But really, it's so slow paced. Like
it's slow paced in that you're not
buffering.
You're not in the rat race, but like homesteading, being off grid, living this way, taking care of animals. Josh keeps distracting me. Josh, the $2 super chat for the Busch Light Fund.
He can't.
We're gonna have to save a couple more because I ain't drinking Busch Light. Dang it, man.
The rat race.
Oh no.
Shoot, I was getting distracted.
Oh
too.
no. Okay, Monkey Spaz asked, "What is it?" People are like, "Finish your sentence, retard." Monkey Spaz asked, "What did your family think when we were going off grid, or when you're going off grid?" Nobody took us serious when we said we're moving off grid, and that was for like over a year. People were just sort of waiting for us to throw in the towel and say, "Okay, that was a fun little vacation. We're not doing that anymore." Guys, this is it's an absolute dream. Like, I feel a freedom doing what we do that you don't feel. You know, when you go camping and you go, let's say you go on a 3-day camping trip. I gotta quit reading these. If you go on a 3-day camping trip, you know, the first day you're driving, you get there, you set up, you're like, yeah, sweet. And then the second day you're just camping and you're like, man, I'm camping. I love it out here. We're gonna go fishing later. Like, I'm just sitting around the trees. Like, I love everything about it. And then, you know, Sunday comes around and you get half a day and you're like, oh, I gotta go back to work. That's not cool. Living off grid and having this farm and living the way we do is like Saturday on a camping trip, but it never ends. That's just it's this freedom.
Analogy.
Thank you.
I like it.
Living off grid is like Saturday at a camping trip. It never ends.
We need to make a shirt.
It's a long shirt. But there's just like serenity and peace. And even though like we work 7 days a week, you can't not get up and take care of animals.
It's awesome work. Like, it's fun. It's rewarding.
Yeah, everything is directly rewarding. You know, like, we grow our pigs, and at the end of that, we get money, and that goes back into the farm. You know, it grows everything, but it grows your everything. You know, and to see that food go into our family, and to know that we didn't have to go buy $600 worth of pork from the store this year.
Well, we know what's in our food too, which I think is a concerning thing nowadays. You know, to kind of get back to what did the family say, like, to be honest with you, the family that I was raised with was very nose up in the air and judgy, and you know, it was always, how much money do you make? How big is your house? What kind of car do you drive? Like, just very materialistic things. So I think that when my family found out that we were living off grid, I think they just kind of were like, oh, well, we can't talk to them anymore. Which was
weird.
Fine.
It's cool. It's weird. Like, we know it's weird. It's an oddball thing to do.
But it's like, what, you get one life to live, so whatever makes you truly happy, like, do that. And don't worry what anybody else is going to say. We had one aunt criticize us because first we lived in a trailer while we were building our house. And, you know, they're just questions and concerns, but in rude ways. So it's tough. You're going to get people that just don't get it, and they're just not going to be supportive.
Yeah.
But
the not getting it is the biggest thing. You know, they don't understand why you do it. I can tell you that we have so much quality family time because we do also homeschool our kids. I don't know if you guys are aware of that. I think we've if you've been around, you know, but we do homeschool our kids. So we do have a very tight-knit family, and we are always around each other, and we're always doing stuff. Our kids don't have a lot of the modern technologies that kids have. We don't hinder them. I mean, they know how to operate our phones. We're not hindering them coming into this like technological age. They still know how to do stuff.
We might be a little bit.
We might be a little bit. But it's not like we're locking them away in the woods and they don't get it. They know what like everyone else is doing and seeing. We just choose. Josh. Stony Ridge Farmer with the $2 super chat. Homeschooling, Chupacabra, farm fun. I don't know what I was saying again. All right, Josh, no more super chats, bud. Appreciate it. You're a good man, but knock it off.
You're in timeout with super chats.
You're in a 300-second super chat timeout.
Oh, we appreciate you.
Oh,
you were talking about homeschooling our kiddos.
You know, the idea, Susan's got me on track right there. Thanks, Susan.
Susan, good job.
Just keep finishing my sentence for me.
Thank you. Because I'm getting distracted.
You know, with school, you're learning to learn in a certain way. I'm going to go off on these rants. Do you guys even want to hear this stuff? You're learning to learn in a certain way. You know, you study for a test.
Oh, yeah.
You figure out how to pass that test, and then you're on to the next. And you have all this information that you learned, and now you've forgotten because now you're on to the next test.
Didn't even learn it. We were talking about this the other day. Like, I would learn how to memorize the answers for the tests, but like as soon as the test was over and done a week later, it's not like I retained it.
You know, because you got 6 other classes that you're also doing the same thing with. And like I was telling Shelby, until I actually started construction and
buying it.
Yeah, I actually used, tape measurements, fractions, using foot measurements. I never retained any of it. And I was always in shop class, and that was a lot of fun. But until you apply this stuff, there is a lot of useless information that's pumped into you. And then with that, like every kid is not the same. Like school education is a one-size-fits-all sort of deal with public school, where you go and hopefully you sort of move with everyone else. You move with everyone else. And if you fall behind, you fall behind. And if you excel, but the group moves together. You guys have got to quit super chatting me.
No, we appreciate
Lodi Girl 107
Thank you so much.
With the 199 super chat. Thank you very much.
Yeah, some of our kiddos learn differently than each other, and the nice thing is that we can really focus on what each child strives in, and also what they're most interested in. Deegan is very mechanical.
Mechanical, yeah.
And Callie loves veterinary, so. Is that how you'd say it, veterinary?
No.
Well, she wants to be a vet when she gets older. So anytime there's anything going on the farm.
Like an animal needs bandaging, Callie's like running to grab the kit. Yeah.
Yeah, we're letting her learn. We're letting her be firsthand. Like she is getting so much experience off of, us just knowing that that's what she's interested in, and us also making her feel like she's a huge part, which she is. She's a huge part of what we've got going on.
Yeah. But yeah, so we just decided to homeschool our kids, and we're big on teaching them, obviously, the basics, the reading, the writing, math, to a certain extent. I just don't, I never learned calculus, and I can build a house, and I don't know if that even applies over.
Well, we do want to teach them things so they, have an education for sure.
Right, but you don't know what to teach them. And if you just teach them a bunch of history on the South Pacific, does that help them out? I don't know. I think teaching them history about where they come from, about the U.S., about when it was discovered, about the rest of the world and how, different empires came and rose and fall and, all of that stuff. And they get a basic of history. I think they're good. And then beyond that, we like to teach them how to seek out knowledge on their own. With this machine, they can Google and read about anything they want. And basically, if you don't want to learn it or you don't care about learning it, you're really not going to retain it.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to.
Well, yeah, we were having this discussion too. And I was saying, even with real estate, I figured out the kind of math that I needed to learn with real estate. And now I use it all the time, but it never was something that I figured out in high school.
Sam asked how my beard feels.
Ooh, it feels scrumptious.
Scrumptious, Sam. All right, Bill Wooten. Bill Wooten just said he just found our channel.
What is happening to the feed? We're having a good time. We're hiding out in a car.
Place, yeah.
Monkey Spaz wants to know why we're hiding out in a car.
Service, man. We don't get service inside the house, so we can't We can't do it inside, and it's too cold to do it outside. I don't know where we're at with temperature, but it's too cold to do it outside.
Beard shampoo fund.
$3.69 for the beard shampoo fund from Josh, the Stony Ridge farmer.
We can't do it inside, Monkey Spaz. I don't know if it's the tin roof or what, but we just cannot do live streams inside the tiny.
Horrible.
Yeah, we're literally like 10 feet from the tiny house, and I think we're getting okay service. Part of off-grid.
Let's see here. Lodi Girl 107 says, how did you guys get homeschooling started? We got started because we absolutely were just tired of the lackluster education our kids were receiving at school. We live in Idaho, which is one of the worst education states there is. We have some of the lowest education ratings. They pay horribly, so a lot of people jump the border up here to go over and teach in Washington. So obviously the more quality teachers are going to jump over to Washington. If I'm offending anybody, you can go ahead and look at the stats and defend those on your own.
Well, and a big part is that they make way more money in Washington than they do in Idaho.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh,
so they,
sorry,
so your better teachers are going to leave.
Yeah.
And they're going to go just across the border because we're up in the Panhandle where we're very close to Washington State.
Well, and I think what she's saying is, how did you get started in Idaho? Idaho's got a lot of really great things about it. There's no regulations on it. They don't ask us to keep in touch with anything.
Nor should there be, because there are kids.
Yeah. So even if you wanted to unschool, you could do that, which is a thing that's happening where people just don't even teach education as far as like books and stuff go.
Monkey Spaz.
What?
Got kicked out of school, so he got homeschooled for 2 years.
Well, that works too. So anyway, super easy to get started in Idaho. All we had to do was disenroll them from public school, and we were good to go on our own.
Yeah, there's a lot of misspending, and there's horrible funding issues with the school. You know, like if our kids were sick, they would tell us to bring our kids to school, let them check in, and then let them go home. And that's just a funding issue. That's not caring for the kid. That's not caring for the other kids that are there.
Yeah.
You know, encouraging people to bring a sick kid to school is ridiculous. And it's just so that they can say, okay, this many kids are showing up and we need more funding.
And
what a selfish process. And to say that to someone without even realize what it is you're saying to that person, you know, you're clearly just kind of a robot. You're just regurgitating what needs to be said versus really thinking like, hey, I just told you to bring your sick kid to school to benefit me.
Yeah. Well, and it's sad. My kids are only little once, and when they're sick, I want to be cuddling them and making them feel better. So it was never going to be a priority for me to bring my sick kid to school just so you guys have good attendance. So there was a lot of stuff like that. I volunteered at the school. I'd be there for like 3 days a week. I was always available for the teachers to talk to me. I'd pick up, I'd drop off, like always available. And I made it very obvious that I wanted to be involved with everything that my kids were going through in life, including school. And if they were failing, I wanted to help them at home. And I waited till a parent-teacher conference to find out that one of my kiddos was falling extremely far behind. And it was just me filled with 4 different teachers and like school people. And I just felt so bombarded. Like, why was I not aware of this? Why were you not telling me ahead of time? Like, I want to be involved. I want to be even on your guys' team to help my kid.
Yeah. And on the flip side of that, Callie was excelling in school, and everything that she was learning seemed like it was holding her back from learning at her pace that she could have been learning at. You know, and they just, you know, when you do dumb projects and you're like, why are you doing this? This is such a waste of your time. Like, you're in the 5th grade and you're doing macaroni projects on paper. What are we doing? Well, it's a waste of time. It's just a waste of time, and it's a waste of your life. And, you know, this is coming from a standpoint of doing. You know, we moved off grid and everything is doing. What?
Yep.
I got pink eye in college because my roommate farted on my pillow.
That's
how you get it, man.
So dangerous out there.
Listen, it's not your fault. It's the bad parenting of other people. No one taught that kid not to fart on pillows.
Oh my goodness. I hope you guys are having fun laughing with us too.
Monkey Spaz says macaroni is not a waste of time. All right.
Well, and one other thing was that Callie had a teacher, and she gave the kids one report to read about how Bigfoot is not real. And then she told the kids...
Not that we're super invested in that, but having the ignorance...
We don't believe in Bigfoot!
Having the ignorance to decide for yourself that something is not real without, like, ever... You know, without ever doing anything or thinking outside the box is ridiculous. You know, to say Bigfoot's not real. Well, that's 50-50. People got some videos of the possibility of it, but it's the same as, like, people saying, well, UFOs aren't real. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't, but you don't know.
Well, my whole point was for kiddos at that age, let them read one article on how Bigfoot's not real, and then let them read another article on how people swear that he is real, and maybe one of people who don't really know, but they don't want to make that judgment call. Like, let them read multiple articles, get multiple points of views, and then they can decide for themselves what they believe. Don't just read one article and then form your opinion off of that one article. So that's kind of was another thing.
But behind that mindset, you know, basically, if you have an opinion on something, you should be able to argue the opposition of that opinion, whether you believe in it or not. You should be able to argue both points. And if you can't do that, you probably shouldn't have the opinion that you have, whether or not it is the truth or not. The fact is that you should be able to see it from other people's point of view.
Preach it.
I know.
Well, and not only argue, but we should teach our kids to listen. We should teach our kids to understand all sorts of different points of views. And then, you know, because I think that right now, so many kids are just waiting for their turn to talk. They're not really listening and obtaining. They're just voicing their opinions all the time. Boom. There's our rant on homeschool.
So, is anyone still here?
Did we lose you? Chad, take a breather. Oh.
Jamie Shirts, I will put you in timeout. Jamie, did you see the video today of me feeding your son's glove to a cow?
That was yesterday.
Yesterday's video, yeah, that was hilarious.
Oh, Lila, go lay down. Feel better. Sorry about that.
Is Lila sick?
Yeah, she's going to go lay down.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely active listening.
I was 5 and I argued with the teacher who told me when I picked up a toad at recess that I would not get warts. Is that a thing? Might be a thing.
Might be a thing.
I don't know.
You never know until you try it.
I'm not going to form an opinion on it. Can Chad come and build a fence with me?
What time?
Please.
So I have to say that with my complications I've been having in this pregnancy, it's going to make it really hard because I could deliver early. So it's kind of tough. So if you can do it at a time where we're not in the risk zone for me going into labor.
No, he's going to be doing it like the spring. You'll be good.
Oh, then go play. Go have fun.
Yeah. Pick like a rainy week here where I can leave.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
I didn't see the comment.
Thanks for putting me on the spot there, Josh.
Right? Shay Ashley says, how do I get my wife to go off grid? You lie to her.
Oh my gosh.
You sugarcoat it.
That is the worst advice.
You
do not listen to him.
Then you get her in it and you say, hey, we're in it now, babe. We gotta finish this race.
I will say that I had no idea what we were getting in for. I thought that it would be a lot easier and simpler of a process, but
it was exactly what I'd hoped for.
Honestly, I wouldn't change it now. We got married so young. We had babies so young. We've just had like a stressful life of trying to pay our bills and keep on top of things and doing life traditionally. So when we went and moved off grid and we literally didn't have bills, it was the most freeing feeling. So I sacrificed a lot and I went without on a lot of things, but I wouldn't want it any other way because I love that my husband is with us and our family and he's not constantly like leaving town to go work. Like it just works really well for our family. So
and two guys, you know, in all honesty, if you know, Shelby and I have been married almost 13 years now.
Yeah, next month.
Almost 13 years now. And, you know, we're best friends with each other. And so we support each other. And me wanting to go and do this, you know, was a lot of support on her end. And that's just one of those things where, you know, anything that we do, we're going to do together. And so, you know, a big part of that is like, how willing is, how willing is your partner to chase your dream as well? You know, in a lot of relationships, you know, they sort of take that traditional, you know, the man goes and works and then the woman's not going to. And I think that that's progressively, you know, ending. There's a lot more, you know, husband and wives both working. So it's not such a traditional role, but that's still out there. So, you know, for me, I've got a wife who is willing to go live off grid with me. Do you have a wife that's willing to go live off grid with you? And if she's not, and it's your dream, then you either got to eat a dream and keep a wife, or eat a wife
Oh my God.
and keep a dream. It's up to you. But I mean, it's just choices, man. You know, and I was lucky enough to have Shelby. That Shelby's like,
you.
yeah, I'll go live with you, you caveman. And it's been good, though. It's been good.
I think it was really good that we first, like, he cared what I wanted, and I wanted to live in the neighborhood with the sidewalks, and we're close to town. So that was good, and we experienced it, but it was just kind of stressful and not for us. We didn't feel like our spare time was spent watching TV because that's all we could afford to do. So we loved being out in the woods. Someone got banned.
Carrie, don't come here soliciting your stuff to our viewers. That's not appropriate behavior.
Rude. Anyways, I mean, you got to do what works for you and your family. So, it's a crazy lifestyle, but it's great for us, and I think it can be great for other families if it meets what you'd like to do.
Yeah. Monkey Spaz knows what's up. Crazy people. Well, who's got a question they're going to regret asking? Now what do you want to know?
Oh my goodness. So funny. Any plans to build onto the tiny house and make it bigger?
Yeah, buddy. Monkey Spaz, we have got a big build coming up here very shortly. We are building a hand-hewn, all hand-tooled log cabin. It is going to be an event in my life that I think I will always look back on and say, well, I'll be. We're gonna build a much bigger spot, and we're gonna do it all by hand, and we're gonna do it with mostly the trees from our property. We will have to go out and get some trees elsewhere, but we've been accumulating a lot of vintage hand tools. And that's what we're going to be using. So I think the only real modern tool I'll be using is my tractor to move the logs around. But we're going to hand hew all the logs. We're putting it all together by hand. It's going to be a beautiful thing.
Yes, we're going to document the entire process.
Yeah.
We went back and forth about how we were going to do it, but we really want you guys when it's all said and done and we walk you guys through the final product, we want you to feel like you could go back and watch a video and kind of figure out how to make something. So the whole thing will be documented, and we will share the whole entire process with you guys.
Yep.
It's going to be interesting because when we built the tiny house, I was a huge part of that. I was Chad's right-hand man. Like, I lifted things I didn't think I could lift. I cut things I didn't think I could cut. And we were in it together. We worked sun up to sundown, and he gave me a baby, so I gotta take it easy.
Mama's and on light duty.
Not help that much. So I think it will be hard for me to kind of not be a part of it because I want to help him. But I know he'll do an amazing job at it.
Exploring Alabama says, just meeting you guys. Come on. Oh, almost put him in timeout. Just meeting you guys. You live on your own property or homesteading? I don't know much about it. Yeah, man. So we have 20 acres that we are homesteading on. We're completely off grid. There's no power ran to this property. We're quite a ways away from any power. Yeah, and we're just building. And we've got a farm. We've got some animals. Living life every day, just having fun. Heck yeah. John Carcass is hungry.
I'm making steak fajitas for dinner tonight. I'm hungry too.
Yeah, we are. I'm excited for the cabin. This whole video, the whole channel is going to take a bit of a shift. It's obviously going to be a lot less homesteading and it's going to be very the build. So I hope you guys stick around for it. I know that not everyone loves to watch the building, but it is going to be a huge part of our day-to-day operation out here. So you're going to see a lot of lumberjack material.
But, you know, I'm also going to be sharing my gardening with you, the fails and the successes, so that'll be a part of it. So it'll still be a lot of
Foxtrot says, guy with beard, do you support Trump's wall? I support America's wall, absolutely. I support it when every president talks about it and or doesn't do it. If you lock your front door, you support a wall at our southern border. And if you don't, it's because you just hate Trump so bad that you're blinded by it. But I'm willing to hear your opinion on it if it opposes that, because I'll sit and listen to anyone. Guy with beard says...
Oh, is it magical that we're stalling, or does YouTube not want us to talk about that?
Blew up the stream with some wall talk. That's unbelievable.
Is that coincidence or not?
Well... Guys, can you hear us still? Because we are frozen.
How do I get a sticker? Oh my goodness. Are we just gone?
How funny is that?
YouTube is like, nope.
No, you do not support.
Oh, they can hear. Can you hear us? Maybe if we change the subject, YouTube will let us continue.
We totally do not support that wall. We do not want to make America great again. Trump is a racist.
Our safety is not #1 concern.
It just warms back up.
Oh my gosh.
Well, guys, unfortunately, YouTube would like us to stop.
Oh my gosh.
Talking to you guys.
We are frozen in time.
We are frozen, so we are going to, we're going to have to say goodbye, guys. You have angered the YouTube. That is right.
That is so funny.
Guys, thank you so much for all the super chats. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Coincidence? I think not.
And thank you, Foxtrot, for asking the question that got us shut down. Guys, we will see you on the next one.
Bye, you guys.